untangles. This is my garage and this is my car. Okay, good times. Bars off. I'll see if I can leave this on. I might see if I can take it off. A little bit worried about road debris getting in to the front. It is behind the number plate, but it may not be adequate protection for it there. It should pop straight out now. Theory, it won't go down because of that nipple, and that's on a nipple as well, so in theory it won't go up. I'll probably back it to go down first. However, these pretty substantial tacks and welds on this one. I'll see if I can get it out. So looking at the size of that nipple, I think if I jack this up, I should be able to get it down through there. I'm backing the nipple on the life valve to be much bigger in every respect, longer and wider in diameter, therefore making it harder to get through. So let's jack the front of the car up. Okay, so we've got plenty of clearance here now. I think we should be able to rotate it like that, and down she goes. Obviously I'll forget what orientation it needs to go in to go back in, but you know, that's the fun of putting coil piping in. So this is exactly the sort of thing I was worried about. I don't know if you can see in there, the light's good enough. There's some road debris down in the valve. Looks like a bit of tar or pickup or something, I'm not sure. Pretty hard to tell with that. It's magnetic, this will get it. I doubt it is though. Oh, there's a little bit of magnetic stuff. Ferrous material in it. Then again, that could be from me just cutting now. Grab a nail. Generally. So. Sit up. It's not really wanting to come out. Some of it's just falling out. That right there. There. Just come out, which appears to be stones and tar. So yeah, road debris. So I'll turn this around before I put it back on. Okay, so I've cleaned up the welds that are on here. This is a bit shit. This is where the blow valve is gone. It hasn't even been deburred on the inside. So yeah, I'll get my file in there and I'll clean that up. I've got to get, before I send this, I'll give this to the guy. I may have to get him to do it. There's penetration from the welding on the outside, which is a normal thing, but that's no good to me now because I want a nice smooth surface for the bead roller to be rolling in and on. Otherwise, it could, you know, it's a stress razor, it could crack the pipe, it could do all sorts of things that might just stop the bead roller from being able to roll it. Find out soon enough when I drop it off, but yeah, that's that piece. I might be able to get the grinder into this one to get the penetrations off, being a bigger diameter, but I don't know. Oh, well, I think I will be able to. I tried it a minute ago, and then I finished taking all that off, so the wheel should be a bit smaller and should fit inside there now. With that one here, it's a smaller diameter, so that's going to be file only. I'll never get a grinding wheel small enough on a 5-inch grinder to get in there. So I'll keep tickering away. Alrighty, these are all cleaned up. I could not get the grinder in. I had to do it all by hand with the half round file, and then finished with some 80 grit sandpaper, which is now all smushed up from being shoved in a little hole. They're plenty good enough now for rolling. Once again, I've been playing around with them with a grinder. What do I do with the grinder? I try to ground off the outside. Been making sparks basically in the vicinity of this, and sanding. There's abrasive in the pipes, on the pipes, around the pipes. There's, you know, metal shavings, etc., etc. They will be thoroughly cleaned again before they go back on the car, but they don't need to be thoroughly cleaned before they get rolled. In fact, I might want to get the, obviously this is a perfect job for a Dremel, but I don't have one, so that's the end of that. I had to do it by hand, and it's not quite perfect, so if he wants to open them up a little bit with the Dremel, you know, I haven't cleaned them before that. Yeah, that'll do. I suppose I'll just clean this up, and when I put it back in, I'll have it facing backwards instead of forwards. The way it sits is sort of like that, so I'll just turn around. Should have no difference, except for it'll stop eating road debris. Where the hell am I going to put that? Up here in the to-do cleaning pile. Alright, so that's it for now until I can get this stuff rolled. It's about all I can do. Obviously I want to have that done pretty quick because I want to run this Friday and today's Monday. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In about 3 hours time I'm going to be at Queensland Raceway and the car looks like this, but the positive about that is, just realised I took the number plate off this and I don't know where it is. Positives is my new bead rolled cooler piping is done, and I have a bag full of T-clamps to go on. So the theory is that it won't keep blowing off anymore. That's the theory. Hopefully that fixes all the cooler piping blowing off problems. QR is a pretty good place to test it. It's just a bit more load, it's faster, there's more time sort of shoving your foot into the firewall. So yeah, we'll test it. So I'm going to put the cooler piping back together, put the car back together, pack it up and head out to QR tonight. And I got to get all the stuff together for QR too. I got some of the tools over here ready to go from last time, but not everything's there because I've been working on the car obviously. So I've got to pack up, finish the car, then pack up, then go. Alright, both alright end armors, the intro yet again. That's, I know that's probably annoying, but it is what it is. Try not to do it. I always think of it as soon as I say it. T-clamps are on, incredibly tight, all the way around. I could have sworn I bought 5, but apparently I only bought 4 of this one. I knew I would be at least one, based on the 4 I would be 1 short, and that was okay because that one is here and this silicon is a smaller diameter than the other ones, so by not much but enough to make a difference to squeeze over that. It's pretty tight, which it needs to be because the throttle body's smaller than the pipe as well. So this is all done up. I've just got to do out the blow-off valve. I'm going to take all these hose clamps with me to QR tonight, just to be doubly sure, you know. I hate cooler piping blowing off. It's annoying because it's happened to me every time. Every time I've drifted. It hasn't happened to me in grippy events, but obviously there's more load going through in drifting. So yeah, I'll do up the blow-off valve. This line here is in the wrong place. It needs to be on the other side, under the plenum somewhere on the other side of the throttle body, but it's working on this side, so I'm going to keep it on this side for the time being. The blow-off valve needs to be over there, and the line for the blow-off valve should be coming off the plenum pressure, not the boost pressure just outside the turbo. Alright, I'm going to keep going and do this up. Rightio, test start. Once again, I think everything's done up, but every time I think that, apparently I'm wrong. Neutral. On. Beauty. Alright, ready for skids. Put the front bar back on and pack the car up and go. It is currently 2:30. Track overs at 4:30. Said I got to pack the car up and everything yet, including finding half the tools and junk. So it runs. That's always a good thing. I might let it warm up actually. Leave it to warm up. Okay.